Hello, everybody, and as you've seen in the title, I'm going to be teaching you how I decorate and how maybe you could decorate too. Um, so I built a little layout here. I'm just going to show you. That's all I built because like I don't this isn't meant to be like a super long video. Yeah. So let's just get started with the basics, which for me is either picking a background color or filling in these things. And by filling in these things, this is what I mean. So these blocks you can't decorate with. You have to use these blocks. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill out these real quick. Okay, so like when you're making blocks, you gotta put structuring into play, and you just gotta make cool structures that look cool, right? So yeah, it can't just be a flat structure. Else it'll look boring to jump on. Anyways, I'm gonna keep filling these out. But these structures, I'm just gonna keep normal and flat because they have spikes on top of them. So you can use normal lines. You can use anything to make cool structure. Okay, so that's all we're gonna do for now. And my next course of action would usually be to choose a background color. Now, you could click the color, and okay, wait, let me just show you where to go. So, you see these little settings up here? I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna point an arrow to it. You click that, alright, and then it brings you to this whole thing where you can choose a song, you can choose what speed you start at, what game mode you start at. So, I'm assuming you already know this by now. And if you see this little background thing up here, if you click the color, it brings you up to this little thing. But this, like, you can choose something, but then you won't see it, so you won't see how it looks. Like, oh, you can see it now. But, so you see, there's, right next to the name, there's a little plus. So if you click this, then it brings up this thing. So you can choose any color, and you can see how it looks while you're choosing it. So I would usually recommend choosing a darker color, because they're just easier to work with, in my opinion. So, yeah, you could just do whatever you want here. I'm gonna choose like a dark, and there we go. We have our background color. Now, I would make a spike design. So usually you go to the spikes tab, and there's like this spike right here, which is like color, and you can change the color of that. But there's a little secret that Robtop has hid. So if you go to the block tab and you scroll, or you could just go to the start and go back like a few. But you see these objects, right? These objects are it literally just is a spike design. So I'm gonna go through exactly how to make it. So you place the spike down, and we'll choose the colors right now. So I'm gonna point a little arrow again. That edit object right there. You click that, and it brings up this. It won't actually look like this for you. It will more look like it will just look like a different thing, right? But you can click on one of the colors, and you can click right down here, and it will bring up this. So you can choose any color you want. I'm gonna choose like what should I generally choose?
Maybe a green.
Right. So we'll put that green, and then there's also detail. So detail can be like darker, maybe. I don't know. Let's see how this looks. This looks absolutely horrible. So I'm just gonna make both the detail and the base that same color, right? Like this. I'm actually gonna make it a bit brighter. Like this. Perfect. And we have this spike right here. So we're just gonna replace it like that. And boom, we already have a colored spike. Now if we go back to this tab, your editor won't look exactly like this, by the way. The create and edit buttons will not be exactly like this, but they'll still be like the same, you know? And so we'll go to this next thing. This. Now this, it's just like half of a spike, right? But you can click right here, and then right here on HSV, click it twice, and then we can change the brightness, we can change the saturation. So usually what I like to do is like make this act as a little shadow, so like make it darker, like a little bit like this, and boom, it's done. You can also change the hue. make it like slightly a different color. Which I'm just gonna leave as normal. And there. Now, spike glow. And for spike glow, there's a little thing you can do. So you know how our color is 3. We can make it. We can press copy color 3. And what this is gonna do is make the glow the exact same color as our spike. See? But it looks the exact same. So we can also put blending. And blending just makes it look like light. Right, so right now that doesn't do anything. If it doesn't, then you can go group T2, and that will make it above. And you see, it already looks like you can see the glow. But, like, I don't know, bro. I just don't like it. So we can go back to HSV, and we can change, like, the saturation, the brightness, and yeah, there we go. We have our spike. And if you want a little bit extra detail, you can go to this last thing, place it here, and make it like color 3, but like I like doing it a little bit darker. And our spike is completely finished. Doesn't it look beautiful? Let's see it in game. See that? But there's one thing. These objects, they're emitting like glow, right? They're glowing. So what we can do, there is a way to fix that. If you don't like it, you can go here and press select all, right? And then you'll have the entire level selected. And go edit group, extra, and no glow. And then now if we play it, there's no glow and everything looks way cleaner. So, I mean, this is a good spike design, right? Oh yeah, I forgot to change the ground color. Let's just make this black. And yeah, so we have our spike design, but spike design is like one of the least important parts about making a level. We need a block design. So I'm gonna do it on this structure first because the structure is easier to decorate. Don't mind this H block. I'm generally just gonna delete it. Okay. So go to the pixel tab and go back one. And then you'll see this first object. It's just a color, right? Some people do it with other blocks. I like going to the pixel tab because it's like the fastest for me. So what we can do is go right here, edit object to change the color, and we can choose the color that we want. Right, so let's do 2. Let's make 2 like a darker version of it. Right, so we have this. So now we can just copy paste it over, no, whoops, over, and over. And boom, we have like a little color block. And now when you're making a block design, it's all about just being creative and doing whatever you want to do. So like you could go in here and place like squares. Make sure if it's behind, put it on T2. You could go in here, place like squares, and literally do whatever you want for the block design. I'm not even kidding. Do whatever you want, and it could work out or it could not work out. And now one last thing, if you are making like a block design, you're gonna have trouble selecting the square, right? It took me 3 tries to select that. So you can go to a different editor layer by pressing that button, and boom, you can only select things that are on this editor layer. So I'm just gonna cook up something real quick and see if it looks good. See you in a second. Okay, and once you have your design done, like this mine, I literally took a square, copy pasted it inside itself, and made it smaller and darker by using the HSV tab. Don't forget about this. This is very useful. Yeah, so that's all I did. And now there's a few extra things. Because this in game, it doesn't look the best, right? It looks kind of dull. So I'm gonna add some glow. So you go to this little spiky tab right here, and you go back one, and here's all the glow. Now this may look a little bit scary, but like, look, you just place it down. Make sure that it's on the editor layer. So T2, and it's above everything. And then you can just go here and make it like color 3, or that color 3 blending that we had from before. That looks a little bit bright though. Does this work? Yeah, we go here and we just make the brightness less. And look at that, our block is already looking a lot better. Now we can use glow for other things too. We don't just have to use it for making our block look good. We can put one on the side, rotate it, and make it black. And now this acts as a shadow, right? We can make it a little bit less opacity, right? And copy paste it to the other side. And now we have shadows on our block. And let's see this in normal mode. See, it's already looking a lot peaker, right? Sorry for the background noise. Now, to finish this block completely, we're going to delete all these spikes and replace them with the spike design. Now, do you see this little link thing in the corner that looks like chains? Well, if you press it, if you don't have that, make sure to go here, pause, settings, and where is it? Enable link controls at the bottom. Because if you have this off, those will just not be there. So, yeah. You have these. If you press the link, then you don't need to. It all counts basically as one object. So you don't have to swipe all of the objects. You just get it, and then it selects all of them. So let's copy paste, move it over here, and whoops. Yo, what is going on, bro? Okay, this block is completely complete. All you had to do was come up with an idea, add some nice looking things, maybe add shadows if you want, and bang, you're done. So, one of the hardest parts about this, I'm just making the background clear. One of the hardest parts about this is choosing the colors, and that's crazy because choosing the colors is easy. Like, decorating isn't actually that hard. It's not as hard as it seems, right? So, I'm gonna decorate this entire structure, and I'll see you when I'm done that. And I'm done decorating, so let's just see how this looks. Listen, okay, we're gonna go in speed hack. Let's see. Holy crap, let me bless your ears real quick. This is gonna be a good YouTube short. Wait, let me bless your ears even more. Oh my god, bro, that must have been the best YouTube short, the best experience of your life ever. Okay. Anyways, tell me how good you think this block design is, and the spike design. Because, like, I don't think it's that bad. It's definitely not my best work. It gets a little bit repetitive, but I think it's pretty good. And I'm gonna give you one last tip. So you see how when the blocks go off screen they fade out and it looks a little bit bad, especially around the edges where the slopes were. There's some objects there. So let's do this again. Let's go here, select all, and extra, don't fade, don't enter. And now when we play, look at the edge of the screen. The edges of the screen, they just stay there, all nice and good. So yeah, I hope this actually does help you, and I hope you are able to decorate now. So yeah, I'll just see you in the next video. Sayonara!